BGMC. The biblical truth lives here.
We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines news show on the Remnant's Call.
The Remnant's Call, End Time Prophecy News, llamando remanente, something like that.
El llamado al remanente.
Okay, End Time Prophecy News.
Noticias de los fin de los tiempos.
For all those that are news, we go over what happened around the globe this week.
Para todos los que están escuchando las noticias, estamos viendo todo lo que sucedió a nivel global.
To show you in prophecy what's happening.
Para enseñarte lo que está pasando a nivel profético.
The object of doing the news.
El asunto de ver, de ver las noticias.
Slide your butt over. Slide over. You're a little person. You got a whole chair. Okay. Once you see the news,
una vez estés observando las noticias,
it helps you to prepare for what's about to happen.
Va a ayudarte a prepararte para de lo que está pronto al venir.
Okay, our first story.
Nuestra primera noticia
comes from Israel.
Viene de Israel.
Here's another story that should really get you ready.
Es otra historia de que realmente tienes que estar preparado.
In Israel, the Kohanim
en Israel, los Kohanim
are going to reenact the Passover sacrifice this week.
Están preparando todo para el sacrificio de Pascua en esta semana.
Get ready, people.
Estén alertas.
They're not going to be at the school this year.
Ellos no van a estar haciendo prácticas más.
They're going to be very close to the Temple Mount.
Lo van a hacer bien cerca al instituto del templo, al monte del templo.
Get ready.
Estén listos.
Get ready.
Estén
Time
listos.
is very near.
El tiempo es corto.
For that temple to go up.
En el momento que ese templo sea levantado.
And when that temple goes up.
Y cuando se levante el templo.
And that first sacrifice happens.
Y cuando hagan el primer sacrificio.
You have 3.5 years of good.
Vas a tener 3 años y medio de algo bueno.
And 3.5 years of real bad times.
Y más 3 años y medio de terror.
Next slide.
La próxima página.
Here in Ghana, the Jewish groups are growing.
Aquí en Ghana, el grupo de judíos está creciendo.
More and more people are converting to Judaism.
Más personas se están convirtiendo al judaísmo.
And keeping the Sabbath in the country of Ghana.
Y guardando el Shabbat en el país de Ghana.
Okay, now we just got to get Messiah to them. They can keep both.
Ahora vamos, solo necesitan a Yeshua, al Mesías para que tengan ambos.
Next slide. This is another big thing that happened on the Temple Mount this week.
Esto es otra cosa que está sucediendo en el monte del templo en esta semana.
They privately did a marriage on top of the Temple Mount.
Ellos están haciendo matrimonios en secreto en el frente del templo del monte.
That's him putting the ring on her finger.
Están poniendo el anillo en su dedo.
So for the first time in 2,000 years,
así que por primera vez en 2000 años,
a wedding was performed on the Temple Mount.
Una boda está siendo hecha en el monte del templo.
Can you feel it?
¿Están sintiendo esto?
Thunder in the distance.
Los truenos a la distancia.
When we worship
cuando estamos adorando a nuestro Dios.
Feel the shaking going on.
Sientan el mover que está sucediendo.
Because Satan didn't like this.
Al enemigo, a Satanás no le está gustando
There has
esto.
been massive earthquakes all around the globe.
A nivel mundial hay muchos terremotos.
Get ready.
Estén listos.
The time is coming.
El tiempo se acerca.
Next slide.
Próxima página.
Anti-Semitism around the globe.
Antisemitismo a nivel mundial.
Here in Belgium.
Aquí en Bélgica, ¿será? Sí. Amén, Bélgica.
One of the government officials was saying the terrorists are like Jews.
Uno de los gobernantes estaba diciendo que los terroristas eran los judíos.
Hiding out like in Nazi Germany.
Escondiéndose como nazis de Alemania.
No, the Jews are hiding for their lives.
No, los judíos estaban escondiéndose por sus vidas.
The terrorists want to kill people.
Los terroristas estaban queriendo aniquilar gente, personas.
The Jews just want to be left alone.
Los judíos solamente quieren que lo dejen solos.
The terrorists want to murder you.
Los terroristas quieren matarte.
Next anti-Semitism slide.
La próxima noticia de antisemitismo.
Our president, the Muslim Barack Hussein Obama,
Nuestro presidente, el musulmán Barack Hussein Obama,
said Israel has been using too much force against the Palestinians.
dice que Israel está utilizando mucha fuerza en contra de los palestinos.
Hey, what would happen if somebody came out at you with a knife there, Barack?
¿Qué sucedería si alguien viniera a atacarte con cuchillos a ti
And tried to kill you?
e intenta de matarte?
Your Secret Service would lay that person dead on the ground.
Tu servicio secreto va a intentar de derribar a esa persona.
Okay? Let's get to the news stories now.
Vamos a las noticias.
There's some incredible stuff going on around the globe.
Muchas cosas pasando a nivel mundial.
The mark of the beast,
La marca de la
Revelation
bestia.
13, verse 16.
En Apocalipsis 13:16
This is the first time in history that this could actually happen.
es la primera vez en la historia que esto realmente puede suceder.
And they're practicing the mark of the beast in England.
Y ya están haciendo la marca de la bestia en Inglaterra.
Every single dog must have a chip.
Cada perro, cada mascota en Inglaterra tiene que tener el chip.
Why is that?
¿Por qué es esto?
They're seeing if they could track everything.
Ellos quieren ver rastrear a todo.
They're testing the system.
Ellos están probando el sistema.
Because, you know, sometimes you get too many things, it crashes the system.
Porque realmente cuando tienen muchas cosas se sobrecarga el sistema. Y
So they
cae.
want to make sure that wherever that dog is, we can find that dog.
Ellos quieren estar 100% seguros que donde quiera que ese cachorro vaya, ellos puedan rastrearlo.
Then the next story,
Y la próxima historia,
they're testing out chips inside of people.
ellos están probando el chip fuera con personas.
Now, a lot of people are going to think this story, Dr. Mark, is excellent.
Muchas personas van a decir que esta historia es excelente.
This man was a quadriplegic.
What is
He
it?
broke his back.
Esta persona tiene problemas en sus partes.
And he
Es
couldn't use his-
parapléjico.
And he couldn't use his hands or his legs.
Y ya no puede usar ni siquiera sus brazos y sus piernas.
So they put a chip inside of his brain,
Y así ponen un chip dentro de su cerebro
and he has use back of his hand.
y puede utilizar de vuelta sus miembros.
Now everybody's going to say, oh, that's great.
Muchas personas dicen, ok, eso
And
es
it is.
excelente y realmente es excelente.
But they're putting a chip in somebody's body.
Pero están poniendo un chip dentro del cuerpo de un humano.
What else could that chip have in it?
¿Qué otra cosa puede tener ese chip?
How's that chip getting its power?
¿Cómo ese chip puede dar ese poder?
How do we know it's working right?
¿Cómo sabemos que está funcionando perfectamente?
Put a little transmitter
Van a poner un transmisor
that hooks up to your phone,
que puede ajustarse a su teléfono
and it'll tell your doctor if your chip is going bad.
y va a decirle a tu doctor que está funcionando perfectamente.
And it'll also be able to locate you.
Y está también hecho para localizarte, rastrearte.
So they're going to say, oh, that's great. You know, the guy can now use his hands again.
Eso es perfecto. Ahora este sujeto puede utilizar sus brazos y sus pies.
Next story.
Próxima.
Plagues of Egypt.
Las plagas de Egipto.
In Exodus 9, verse 24,
En Éxodo 9:24,
the Lord sent hail and it was on fire.
el Señor manda granizos y fuego.
A lot of people have a hard time believing that one.
Muchas veces las personas tienen dificultad para creer esto.
But look at this picture, everybody.
Pero miren esta foto, señores, cada quien.
Look at that picture.
Miren esto todo.
There's fire and water coming out of the ground at the same time.
Miren, hay agua y fuego saliendo de la tierra en esta fotografía.
In Pakistan, this was happening.
En Pakistán eso está sucediendo.
That fire and water were coming out of the same hole.
Está saliendo del mismo agujero fuego y agua.
The Lord is showing us signs and wonders, everybody.
El Señor está haciendo señales y maravillas.
I was like, that's cool looking.
Le dije, wow, esto es increíble.
Next story.
Próxima
That was in
historia.
Afghanistan. Sorry, I said
Eso fue
Pakistan.
en Afganistán.
In Isaiah chapter 44, verse 2,
Isaías 44, versículo 2.
God said, I knew you in your mother's womb.
El Señor dice, te conocí desde el vientre de tu madre.
Like in Giovanna's womb right now is a little baby boy growing.
Como en el vientre de Giovanna está creciendo un niño en ese momento.
God is the one who put the baby inside of her.
El Señor es el que puso el bebé ahí adentro.
Okay? And in Missouri, Missouri,
y en Missouri,
the government passed a bill,
el
a law,
gobernador pasó esta ley
that says that child inside of you, Giovanna,
diciendo que el bebé que está dentro de ti
is a person.
es una persona.
That goes directly against the abortion law of the federal government.
Esto va directamente a un ataque
Amén.
directo a lo que es el gobierno, que dice que no.
What we're seeing in America
Lo que estamos viendo en América
is a disintegration of the United States
es una desintegración de los Estados Unidos,
because there are some people that are going closer to God
porque algunas personas están acercándose a Dios
and the other seculars that don't want to have anything to do with God.
y la otra parte del grupo no quiere saber nada acerca de Dios.
Okay, so Missouri is going to be blessed.
Así que Missouri va a ser bendecida.
Next story.
La próxima historia.
And here's why we got to get rid of all the judges.
Y por esta razón tenemos que eliminar a todos los jueces.
Because a federal judge ruled
Porque la Corte Federal de los Jueces
that the Catholics don't have to, Catholic hospitals don't have to perform abortions.
porque dice que el grupo de hospitales de la nación tiene que aceptar el aborto.
Okay? So how can one judge who's supposed to be a lawyer
¿Cómo un juez tiene que ser un abogado
disagree with another judge who's supposed to be a lawyer?
y está en contra de otro que está a favor de la ley?
Isn't the law the law?
¿No es la ley la ley?
Were you speeding or weren't you speeding?
Estás, ¿cómo dices?
Did you kill the person or not?
¿Tú asesinarás a la persona o no?
Yes, you killed the person? Okay.
Sí, ok, sí,
Then it's
asesina.
murder.
Y ya está muerto.
Was he trying to attack you?
Si trata de atacarte,
Then it's murder.
entonces está
It's
muerto.
that simple.
Así de
It's
simple.
that simple. Next story.
La próxima historia.
This is a very scary story.
Esto es una historia bien asustante.
In Psalm 127, verse 1,
En el Salmo 127,
it
versículo
says,
1,
unless God guards the house,
dice que a menos que el Señor cuide la casa,
the watchmen watch in vain.
el vigilante vigila en vano.
And since much of America is kicking God out of their house,
Y como la mayoría de Estados Unidos está sacando a Dios de sus casas,
we have this story from Alaska.
tenemos esta historia desde Alaska.
Two or more containers
2 o más contenedores
washed up ashore in Alaska.
estuvieron cerca de las fronteras de Alaska.
Well, actually, they were found on land,
Incluso estuvieron encontrando esto.
and the containers were from the military.
Y los contenedores son militares.
And the containers said contains guided missiles.
Y dice que contenían guiadores de misiles.
And they opened up the containers,
Y al abrir los contenedores,
and the missiles are gone.
y los misiles no estaban.
Well, I just misplaced my AMRAAM missile.
Dice, quizás lo perdí por aquí. ¿Dónde estará mi misil?
They're getting ready to shoot down some more airplanes, people.
Ellos están preparándose para tumbar más aviones, señores.
Next story.
La próxima historia.
Real men protect women.
Un hombre de verdad protegería a la mujer.
In Numbers 25, verse 13, the Lord loves people that are zealous for His word.
En Números 25:3, el Señor ama a las personas que son celosos de su palabra.
In a story,
Y en esta historia,
a North Carolina sheriff,
el sheriff,
South Carolina,
de Carolina del Sur,
from Spartanburg County,
del condado de Spartanburg,
it must be Jewish, okay, said if a man follows my wife into the bathroom,
dice que el hombre que persiga a mi mujer hacia el baño,
the sheriff said, I'm going to make the news.
el sheriff dijo que él iba a hacer la noticia.
Because that man's going to be dead.
Porque ese hombre debería estar muerto.
Any man who goes into a woman's bathroom,
Un hombre si va al excusado de las mujeres,
he's not a transsexual.
no es un transexual.
You know what was going on in one of the Canada universities this week?
¿Sabe lo que sucedió en esta semana en una de las universidades de Canadá?
Because they have the unisex bathrooms.
Porque ellos tenían un baño que era
I
unisex.
feel like a girl today.
Por ejemplo, me
Oh,
siento
I
como
feel
una
like a girl
mujer.
every day if I was in college and secular.
Si fuera secular y estuviera en la universidad, me sentiría como una mujer todos los días.
The boys were going into the girls' bathroom
Los hombres irían al baño de las mujeres
and setting up a web camera over the top where they were taking a shower.
y pusieran unas cámaras encima de las duchas.
But he felt like a girl that day.
Pero él siente que es una mujer hoy día.
It's such garbage.
Todo esto es basura.
If you're a man, you go to the man's
Si
bathroom.
usted es un hombre, usted va al excusado de los hombres.
And if you walk into the woman's bathroom, fill that person full of lead.
Y si usted está yendo al baño de las mujeres, debería de visitarte una bala.
Well, don't
tiro.
waste bullets.
Pero no desperdicies
Use
tiros.
one right there.
Usa un solo aquí en el corazón.
And don't call Dr. Mark.
Y no llamen a Dr. Mark.
Next story.
La próxima
In
historia.
the end of days, good will be called evil, and evil will be called good.
Al final de los tiempos, lo bueno sería llamado malo y lo malo bueno.
Okay, the opposite.
Lo opuesto.
Students in Scotland
Los estudiantes en Escocia
voted to take the funding away from the pro-life groups on college.
votaron para que ¿qué?
Everybody help out, come on, help out.
Para que quitaran los fondos que ayudaran al grupo Pro Vida.
Okay, next story,
La próxima historia.
guns. How many people think that we should own
Armas.
guns? All right, the rest of you out of here. Okay, well, the Bible says that we are able to defend ourselves.
La Biblia dice que podemos defendernos nosotros mismos.
In Esther chapter 8, verse 11,
En el libro de Esther,
God gave us the
8:11.
right. God gave us the right to defend ourselves.
el Señor nos dio el derecho de defendernos.
Okay, in the story in California,
En esa historia en California,
some school districts are getting smart.
algunas escuelas están siendo bien inteligentes.
They're training 5 people to carry guns in the school.
Ellos están entrenando 5 personas para que tengan armas en la escuela.
There is evil growing everywhere, everybody.
Porque hay maldad que está creciendo en todas partes.
Next news story,
Otras noticias.
let's talk about war stories.
Vamos a hablar de historias de guerras.
This is why you know America is going down.
Es por esto que usted sabe que Estados Unidos está descendiendo.
Those are 2 Russian fighters
Estos dos peleadores de rusos.
that flew by one of our Navy vessels this week.
Ellos estaban volando cerca de una estación naval.
They came within 1,000 yards of one of America's naval vessels.
Estuvieron cerca de 1000 yardas cerca de esta estación naval.
That's an act of war.
Esto es un acto de guerra.
But America did nothing.
Pero Estados Unidos no hizo nada.
Personally, I would have sent a few other jets up to them and sank them.
Principalmente hubiese yo mandado varios aviones cerca
But I
de
want to
ellos
hear from the
también.
F-16, splash, 2, splash, 2.
Pero hubiese dicho a los F-17 splash.
That's Air Force where we've shot down 2. Splash, 2. Splash, 2.
Splash 2 es un código para disparar.
And then you do
Y luego
next,
se hace una
next
maniobra.
military story.
Otra historia militar.
In Macedonia, the people are starting to rise up against the government.
En Macedonia, el pueblo se levantó en contra del gobierno.
What did Yeshua say?
Que dijo Yeshua.
There'll be wars and rumors of wars.
Dijo que habría guerra y rumores de guerra.
There's a growing unrest throughout the globe.
Está creciendo cada día más a nivel mundial.
Next news story.
Otras historias mundiales.
In Germany, 29 soldiers have now gone into ISIS.
En Alemania, 29 soldados están uniéndose a ISIS.
29 German trained soldiers
29 militares entrenados
have joined up with ISIS.
se unieron a ISIS.
Get ready, people.
Estén preparados.
The party's about to happen.
La fiesta está a punto de comenzar.
All right. Last news story, I believe this is.
Creo que es la última.
This is, I need you to look at this picture.
Quiero que ustedes observen bien esta
Take close note
fotografía.
of this picture.
Miren bien esta fotografía.
This is why we don't want Iran to get nuclear bombs.
Es por eso que no queríamos que Irán tuviera armas nucleares.
See, what they'll do is they'll blow up a nuclear bomb
Lo que ellos harían es explotar una bomba nuclear
in the middle of the United States.
en medio de Estados Unidos.
I think it's like 100 miles above America.
Es más o menos una 1000 millas de 100,000 millas de 100 millas. 100 miles.
What
100,
happens is it explodes,
Lo que sucede es que si explota,
kills some people,
mata a algunas personas,
but what it does is it knocks the power out from California to almost New Jersey.
lo que sucedería es que tumbaría el sistema eléctrico desde California hasta más o menos Nueva Jersey.
So make sure that you have food,
Así que asegúrate de tener alimentos,
a manual can opener,
un abridor manual
or what I like to carry,
o lo que me gusta, lo que
your
siempre me
handy
gusta
dandy
tener
Swiss Army knife,
es una navaja suiza,
because it has a can opener.
porque sí tiene un abridor de latas manual.
Okay? Get ready, people. The party's about to happen.
Estén listos todo el mundo que la fiesta está a punto de comenzar.
All right. I think that's the last news story.
Esa fue la última.
If you're out there, 288 of you did not hit the donate button.
Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat. We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. BGMC is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. Beth Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture. Truly, the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend a day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events, but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into his eternal word, not with just one or two scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of his kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close the Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.